I'm Mark.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Alter Ego Comics TV. Welcome back to another installment of our weekly reviews from Alter Ego Comics here in Lima, Ohio. Lots of stuff again this week. 2 huge weeks back to back, so we'll get right to it with some of the new first issues that came out this week. Kick-Ass 2, Balls to the Wall, numbered 1, came out this week. The sequel to Mark Millar and John Romita Jr.'s Kick-Ass series from, I guess it took about a year to tell, give or take, and the film that came out earlier this year. If you like the movie, if you like the previous series, you're going to like this too. It's more of the same. The story continues, so definitely check it out.
Are there actually balls and walls in there?
No, they're not.
Okay.
Thank goodness.
I feel better then.
I don't need to see that. Carnage #1 from Zeb Wells and Clayton Crane. Iron Man and Spider-Man team up versus Carnage. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Issue #1 out this week for Spider fans. Stan Lee's got a new line of titles over at Boom Studios. The first one's out this week, Soldier Zero. Good first issue, worth checking out. Paul Cornell's the writer, who's currently writing Action Comics. Story of a Afghanistan vet who's paralyzed. He's in a wheelchair, and he ends up running into a spacesuit from an alien world or something along those lines. There's more to it than that, but that's the bottom line. Paralyzed guy finds spacesuit, gets taken over by alien spacesuit, and that's the first issue. Good stuff, though. What do you got?
Let's see. I got the DC Halloween Special 2010. Now, if you've read the last couple DC holiday specials, they've been a little hit or miss. This one's a little more hit than miss, so we're doing better. They've got a great Solomon Grundy story, and you've got a tie-in to last year Halloween special's best story, which was the 2 kids in costumes pretending to be superheroes, and they're back again this year, and it's excellent.
DC Universe Legacies #6. This has been an excellent series. I wish more of you were buying it. Especially, whether you're a fan of the DC Universe or you'd like to become a fan of the DC Universe, it's a great place to start. They're basically going back and going through the history of the DC Universe through the eyes of a guy that was a kid in the 1940s, 1950s, and he grows up to be a police officer. And it's kind of like Marvel's, but it's a little more in-depth. You get to spend a little more time with the DC characters, I think, than you did with Marvel's. Great series, though. The artwork's been fantastic. It's written by Len Wein. The artists have changed based on what time period in the DC Universe they're talking about. This is the second issue that deals with Crisis on Infinite Earth, so you've got a little bit of George Perez, you've got Jerry Ordway in there. Great art, and the previous issue has the other half of this cover, which I should have brought over here, but solid series, definitely worth picking up, DC Universe Legacies.
This week we got Superman Batman, which contains neither Superman nor Batman. It is Supergirl and Damian Wayne as Robin, and it's just a great, fun one-off. They go off and have a team up and be their own little versions of World's Finest. It's got a good sense of humor, and it's a good read.
My pick of the week, Morning Glories #3. Unfortunately, we barely have any copies of this left in the store because no one is buying it. It is such a good series. I don't understand why people didn't jump on board with this. When the trade comes out, you really owe it to yourself to check out this series. It is outstanding. It's one of my favorite reads. It's been one of my favorite reads every month for the last 3 months. Nick Spencer's the writer who he wrote the Jimmy Olsen backup in the last issue of Action Comics. He's written a number of critically acclaimed titles over at Image, and he's really getting into the DC Marvel universes now. But Morning Glories is such a good series. Excellent artwork, excellent story. When the trade comes out, I'll remind you again, you need to buy it.
And Ragman Suit of Souls. This is a one-shot from DC. It both deals with the current Ragman, and you also see a flashback. You get kind of a background on the character, so it's great for people who aren't real familiar with him. And it's a good read. It's by Christos Gage, who's done some great work over on Avengers Initiative and other series. And
G.I. Joe Cobra.
G.I. Joe Cobra, which was also awesome. So yeah, Ragman Suit of Souls, one shot. You can get familiar with the character, or if you already are, you can see some more of the Ragman we love.
Almost my pick of the week. Vertigo Resurrected. It's a $7.99 collected edition with some Vertigo stories that have been out of print for anywhere from 8 to 10 to 12 years.
And some of which have never seen print at all.
Right.
The lead John Constantine story is about a school shooting that came roughly around the time of Columbine, so it was never published.
So DC chose not to publish it. Written by Warren Ellis with art by Phil Jimenez. Good story. The people involved with this book reads like a who's who of the DC universe. Warren Ellis, Phil Jimenez, Brian Bolin, Brian Azzarello, Grant Morrison, Frank Quitely, Garth Ennis, Jim Lee, Tim Sale, Bill Willingham of Fables fame, Bernie Wrightson, Tim Bradstreet. Just so much good stuff. It's a bunch of one-off stories, kind of in the supernatural horror vein. So good timing around Halloween. It's definitely worth the $7.99. You may not enjoy every story in here, but there's definitely something for every taste. As I said, my backup pick of the week, in case this fell through for some reason.
Yes,
the understudy pick of the week, and Josh liked it too. So a twofer. Also want to remind everybody that Kevin Smith's first volume of Green Hornet came out this week, so we're selling really good numbers on the Green Hornet series from Dynamite, the main Green Hornet series. This again was Kevin Smith's treatment for how he would have handled the Green Hornet movie when he was attached to direct it, and then he realized there's no way I can direct this, it's too ginormous and I'm going to screw it up. But fun stuff. If you're a Green Hornet fan, old school Green Hornet fan, you should check it out if you're looking for something new for Green Hornet, and if you're a Kevin Smith fan. But this came out in 1999, first volume. I believe it collects issues 1 through 5, yes, and some other bonus material, including an introduction by Kevin Smith. Behind us is the wall of Walking Dead. Just a reminder that Walking Dead premieres on AMC October 31st, Halloween at 10 o'clock. And for those of you who have been living in a cave, Walking Dead is the TV series is based on a comic book series from Image Comics that's been published over the last 10 years?
Not quite 10, but yeah.
Give or take. There are 12 volumes available. Black and white, zombie stuff. One of the best, probably the best-selling Image comic, if I'm not mistaken, easily. So, watch it on AMC, then come read the comics, or read the comics and then watch it on AMC.
Your call.
It's going to be cool stuff. That's it for this week. Just a reminder, we're located at 230 North Main Street in downtown Lima, for those of you that don't know. Or you can visit us on the web, alteregocomics.com, if you're looking for statues and collector figures and high-end prop replicas, that cool type of stuff. You can find us on Facebook. Just do a search for Alter Ego Comics. And if you have any questions, email us, support@alteregocomics.com.
Indeed.
Thanks for watching.